The purpose of agricultural drainage is to remove excess water from the soil in order to enhance crop production. In some soils, the natural drainage processes are sufficient for growth and production of agricultural crops. But in many other soils, artificial drainage is needed for efficient agricultural production. Surface drainage is the removal of water that collects on the land's surface. Many fields have low spots or seasonal wetlands where water ponds. Surface drainage can take place in many different forms, such as open ditches, V-ditches, trapezoidal ditches, through the process of infilling, channelization, and diking. All of these methods create a channel that allows water to move from wetlands to another location, such as natural water run or larger wetlands. There is also subsurface drainage. For example, tile drainage is the installation of large diameter pipe 2 to 4 feet below the soil surface across the area of a field where subsoil drainage and infiltration are poor. Water moves down through the soil into the pipe, then flows through the pipe to a drainage ditch. When the subsoil moisture is drained to the depth of the pipe, the water stops flowing. In Saskatchewan, it has been used to drain surface water by laying a single pipe from the center of a wetland to an outlet. Pumping moves water through a PTO-driven pump and large diameter pipe. Water can be consolidated from one wetland to another, moved to an outlet such as a ditch or stream, or spread it across nearby uplands using a large sprinkler. Benefits of drainage include better soil aeration, improved soil moisture and temperature conditions, longer growing seasons, an improvement to water supply management, and the protection of infrastructure. Wetlands are important to the ecosystem because many birds, animals, and plants thrive there. The abundant vegetation provides a habitat and food for wildlife and breeding grounds for a large number of birds. Wetlands protect water quality by trapping sediments and retaining excess nutrients and other pollutants such as heavy metals. These functions are especially important when a wetland is connected to a groundwater or surface water source, such as rivers and lakes, that are in turn used by humans for drinking, swimming, fishing, or other activities. These same functions are also critical for the fish and other wildlife that inhabit these waters. Wetlands also help reduce sediment and pollutants that may soak into groundwater. As with anything, there will always be a battle between two sides. A good example of compromise comes from a project located in southeastern Saskatchewan. A grain farmer has drained land into a small dam that was built to hold water back. This water is now available to be used as a water source for cattle. A wetland hasn't been completely lost, it has been relocated to better benefit the livestock, thus keeping the habitat for the wildlife intact. Other ways of compromise include introducing best management practices surrounding agricultural drainage and to get proper permits for ag drainage projects. Some of the effective BMPs in Saskatchewan include buffer zones, restoring wetlands, and using the proper application rates of fertilizer and chemical. Despite efforts to find solutions that work for everyone, there are still pros and cons of any drainage project. Farmers are encouraged to check with their neighbors and to apply for proper permits before starting any drainage project on their property. This will prevent future disputes and ensure that projects are in compliance with current laws and legislation.